Morning everybody, we are headed off to work today and we're working for a customer directly, and so it's always a little bit more stressful, but not bad. So anyways, we're going to be tiling a house today. I don't know how much video footage I can actually get because it's in this person's house, so I'll have to ask them permission and such, but hopefully I can get some video of me doing the tiling work. It's like 1,100 square feet of tile, which is a decent amount. So we're going to be doing that today and probably for the rest of the week. And then we'll get the tiling down, do the grounding and all that stuff. So anyways, that's on the agenda today. Let's drive out there. Wait for it. So we're about halfway there, so it's about a 40-minute drive, not terrible. But I had a few things I was thinking about that I would share with you, that if you're working for a customer that are important to do, and I'm trying out a new microphone, so if I'm talking way too loud, that's why, or if I'm not talking loud enough, we'll have to see. But anyways, it's just like a first day on a job, no matter where you go. So if you are working for Joe Schmo at his contracting business, you're going to want to show up definitely on the first day on time, and as many days as you can on time, because that just proves that you're responsible. So the problem with having a new boss every time is that you have to show up perfectly on time every time, otherwise the people who hired you are going to lose confidence in you. So I like to make sure that I make it on time, especially when I'm coding the job, and especially the first day on the job. You get a little leeway after that, but there's no reason to be late anyways. But that was just a little pro tip today. If you're going to be working for customers, make sure you're on time, and make sure you do what you say you're going to do, and they'll be happy, and you'll be happy, because you'll get paid at the end. So anyways, that's my tip. We're almost there. I'm going to show you some cool views, and then we'll be there. Okay, this is what it looks like before we started. So this is what the customer's already done. So we're going to match what he did and work our way across. So he's got these wood-looking tiles, and so he's just doing a random pattern, so that's pretty good. Pretty easy to follow. He's sorting them out there. Anyways, that's what it looks like before it starts, and we're going to go into the bedroom back there and into the kitchen there. So here we go. So I'm like midway through the project, but not midway, I'm midway through the day, the first day. But anyways, the few tools you're going to need are a tile saw. So this is kind of a nice tile saw as a stand and up there. But if you want a generic tile saw, it looks like that thing over in the corner. Here's a stack of tile and mortar. And then you're also going to want a drill and a spade bit to stir your mortar. And I have a bucket there. And then a trowel. This is a 1/2 inch trowel, because each of those notches are 1/2 inch deep, 1/2 inch wide. And that's good for large tile like we're using. And then inside, this is what we got done so far. Now I think the issue is I'm running out of the washers that go underneath of these. So you'll see there's these little white tabs, they slide underneath. They give it the 16-inch spacing, and then you put a washer underneath. Not like that one I forgot a washer apparently. But anyways, washer, and then the nut on top, and that sucks the tiles together, and so they're all exactly the same level, and you're not gonna trip. So like he mentioned this tile over here, this is one he did. You can kind of see that it's a little proud, and if you're shuffling your feet, you might catch it. Truthfully, that's not too bad. But we've got this much done so far. It's been about 2 hours, I think. But I'm gonna take my lunch break, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna run through the rest of the washers, and we might have to go get more washers or call today and come back with washers tomorrow, because I can definitely get more than this done in a day, and I'm actually hoping to get at least half of this room done today, but it's not going to happen since I don't have washers. But anyways, and then when it dries, you come back through and you break those off with the hammer, and then you grout over them, and it looks just like that, except for with grout. So anyways, I'm gonna show you a time lapse here soon of me doing the work and maybe actually laying the tile so you know how to do it. But I'm eat lunch, eat my peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and then I can show you how it's done. But anyways, we'll catch you in a little bit. Okay, we just finished day number 1. We ran out of spacers like I thought we would, which is no big deal because I was getting tired of being on my knees all day. But at the end of the time lapse, that's as far as we got, basically, just a few more tiles than that. Tomorrow I'll bring you along as well, and we will tile some more. So anyways, we'll see you in the morning. And good morning, we're back. So the customer was kind enough today. This morning he removes all of the little stands and turn things, like these things over here, little red things. So we just mixed the mud, and so we're gonna come back and lay more tile and hopefully get as far as we can until we run out of spacers again. So anyways, let's get into it. Okay, let's go ahead and lay a tile together. So I've gotten some started already, but let's go ahead and start mortaring some more and laying some more tile down. So anyways, you get your bucket of mortar and your trowel and scoop it out on there, and just like so. I'm going to clean off my trowel like that, and you're going to take your tile and set it on your spacers like so. Okay, and then we're going to take our bucket of stuff. This is our spacers. I'm just going to slide it underneath here and slide it in between this tile. So I wanted to use it for 2 tiles instead of just 1. And I'm also going to stick one right here because this one's already dry and this one's wet, so I want to make sure that they're the same, so I'm going to screw those together there. And then you're going to take the spacer everywhere that you want to tighten it down, which on this one will go there and there. Make sure that's slidden in. And then take your nuts. Make sure everything is tight where you want it. And then screw it down like that. And then over here on this one, make sure everything is tight. Make sure you like your gaps. Make sure your tile is seated properly. And that's how you do it. So in review, you got your mortar and you've got it troweled out there. You lay your tile down and you put a spacer in between everywhere you want the space to be. So there's going to be a spacer on the end of these as well to keep the spacing from the tile on the end away from there, a 1/16. And then a spacer in between those. And those, since they have feet underneath, they bring those tiles together so they're exactly level on both sides. So anyways, let's do a bunch of this. Since I just finished my bucket of mud, I got it out there chilling in the water so it doesn't get hard while I eat my lunch. I'm gonna go take my lunch. This is how far we've gotten today so far, between my business calls and stuff. Anyways, it's looking good. Did a few finishing cuts here at the wall. Doesn't have to be exact because it's gonna be under trim again, but looks pretty good. So anyways, that's what it looks like, and this is, we've got the rest of this room and then the rest of the house back there to do as well. But anyways, let's go eat some yummy food. So lunch was delicious. I had a homemade sub sandwich, but I wanted to introduce you to somebody before we continue on with this little video clip. I have a new member of the YouTube channel. He's gonna help me do some the audio stuff, and his name is Mike. And check it out. This is what I got for my birthday. It is a microphone inside of a, I always heard that these things are called dead cats. I'm not sure why they're called that. They look like a dead cat, I guess, but I think they have another name. But I'm gonna call it dead cat. So we're gonna stick this on here, see if you can hear me better. Testing, testing.
You should be able to hear me much better because the breeze will not irritate the phone anymore. But anyways, we have to mix some more mud. That way we can continue on with our tiling, and that is what's next. So let's do that. Got just a basic bucket, and it's got some water in it, and that helps. So when you're pouring the mortar mix in there, the dust doesn't just keep coming up and you don't know how much is in there. So if you start with a little bit of water, it helps keep the dust down. We are using this mix right here. It's a VersaBond Professional Large Tile Format mortar in gray color. So we're gonna pour it in here. Now they have directions on the back, and it tells you how much water you need for the mortar you use. And if you're starting out, I would definitely plan on using that to follow, because you don't know if it's too wet or too thick. You don't want that. But I've been doing quite a bit of tiling, so I can feel the consistency as I go. So I'll add water or add mortar when I get to the end here. So let's mix it up. We are using a Milwaukee drill for this. I just use it as my mixing drill. They have actual drills that are for mixing, but this one does phenomenal. And then I've got a mixing bit on the paddle bit on the end, and we'll mix it up. Kind of makes me want to bake a cake and then lick the spoon like a child. Okay, so somehow I got the mix exactly perfect on the first try, so I must be doing it way too much. When you're done mixing, you can just spin the bit really fast like that, and it'll knock it off, and then you can spray it off with a hose. That way it doesn't dry on there later. So anyways, we are all done here and ready to go inside, but let me show you the mud. This is the consistency you're looking for. Just kind of a thick batter, that way it can support the large tile that it's on, and that way it's not too thin or the tile sags, but then also it does not too dry to where it actually sticks to the tile, because you need some moisture for that. Anyways, let's go lay these down.
Okay, we have run out of the twisty doos and the little washers underneath, the red things. So we have run out of those. And so we're letting this dry, and then tomorrow we'll come back and pull all these off and we'll reuse them on the next section of tile over there. But in the meantime, we have some mortar to stick down, and the customer has this pre-made mortar, grout. It's grout, guys. And so I've gotten this far so far. It's pretty slow going stuff, but I've gotten this portion done, and I'm just going piece by piece. You can use a whole bunch of different tools, but they have a thing called a grout float, which is this, and you just stick your mud on it, and you go diagonal to the lines, and it pushes it in, and you come back with a sponge and clean it up. So anyways, sometimes I like to use just the regular kind of spatula type thing, because I can get it deep into the holes, and then also I don't have to worry about excess that I have to wipe off. So it saves some, and I'm not worried about scratching this tile because it has a dull finish already. So yeah, anyways, I will show you more on that later, because that's a whole nother topic. But anyways, let's get doing some grout, and I'll do a little time lapse, and then I'll show you how to do it in another video. Okay, we have finished the work for today. We finished grouting the section that we were planning on grouting, and picked up all our tools, and it is now 6:15. So I got back a little bit later, but I did do a little bit extra work somewhere else. So we are back, and I think that's gonna be the end of this video for the day. And then I'm gonna start tomorrow on the next episode for the tiling and grouting and such. So anyways, make sure you stay tuned, and I hope you enjoyed and hope you learned something. If you have any questions about anything, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to leave a comment, subscribe, all that jazz, and look at the description too, because there's some cool stuff, some free stuff in there for you. So anyways, we'll catch you later. God bless.